Hey everyone, welcome to Vinyasa Flow. My name is Kristin and it's great to see you all here. I'd like to thank you for tuning in. If you've been tuning in live or if you've been kind of catching our videos on YouTube, those are both an option. This class is going to be a sweaty, sweat your stress out kind of flow, and we'll take eagle pose kind of throughout our flow and in different asanas or poses. So I'm really excited about this flow. Go ahead and grab some of your favorite music. You can go put that on, grab some water. And in terms of props, you'll need a pillow. So I have a bolster, or kind of like a meditation cushion here that also works. You're probably familiar, maybe a blanket if you'd like to roll that up. We're going to get started in reclined fish pose for a little centering. So go ahead and grab, you can also grab a gigantic pillow. Another option is to use blocks, and we'll get started there. Those are the only props that you will for sure need that I'll be kind of cueing you through. If you like blocks, go ahead and grab those. I have some books here that's also useful for some of the poses that we'll go into. So we'll get started and come to your seat on your mat. And go ahead and grab that pillow or blanket, whatever you have accessible for you, and place it right on the edge of your hips here. And then start to simply roll the torso back onto that prop. Now, like me, if you notice, it's not too comfortable to have my head resting back that far, so you can also grab blocks or books and rest them there, or just readjust. So finding that heart opener and somewhere where your neck is comfortable too. And then options here, right? So you can leave the knees pointed up towards the sky, or maybe let them come into touch for a easy, active rest. That's nice on the low back. Another option is let your legs grow out long here. And finally, another option, I like to give a lot because every body is so different, and maybe just different of how you're feeling today. You can also take bound angle by bringing the legs, as I'm doing, knees out towards the side and soles of the feet in towards each other. And then option to keep those hands alongside the body, or maybe bring one hand to the low belly and one to the chest here. Slight tuck in the chin, just giving a elongation to the back of the neck. Bringing awareness to the inside of your body, kind of sinking into your center here, doing a full body scan. And maybe noticing any tension, again, in the body that you're holding. We hold stress in so many areas, and again, this flow will give us a chance to rev up those endorphins and sweat any of the stress that we have locked up in our body. Sweat that stress out. Feeling your belly fill up with air on the inhale, your ribs, your chest, everything expanding, and exhale, feeling the chest, the ribs, the belly emptying out. Bring your awareness to maybe any sounds in your space around you. Maybe that's music, or maybe that's roommates or neighbors, or who knows, but noticing that. Bring your awareness inward. And if you feel the mind getting distracted, maybe it is outward sounds, come on back inward and connect with your breath. Being gentle with yourself, your thoughts. Your next inhale will breathe through the nose. So again, feeling that belly, rib cage, chest expand. Filling all the way up. And then in your exhale, let it all go out the mouth. Placing the hands alongside the body here. Maybe keeping or helping the knees in towards each other wherever you are. And then coming slowly onto the forearms here, just enough to remove that blanket or prop or toss it out to the side here. Come back onto your backs and maybe feel a difference, right? Feel a difference with your shoulders, now grounded onto the mat and not connected or opened onto your blanket or supports. You can begin to rock the knees from side to side here, letting your feet go as wide as your mat. Good. Coming back to center, we'll bring those knees in towards the chest and give you a nice squeeze. Forehead comes to the knees. And then start to rock up and down the spine, maybe using some stability or using the feet to help. And this feels okay on my surface as I'm on a rug, but maybe you're on a harder surface. You can always place a blanket under your spine, or maybe just rock the other way, so rocking from the right to the left. Good. And then if it feels okay again to rock this way, up and down, we're gonna, on our next rock forward, come on up into a squat. So rocking up into your squat, and then push into the ground to start to straighten the legs. Let your head come nice and heavy, and just let your knees bend one and then the other, coming into a forward fold at the top of your mat. Hands can be rested on blocks or the floor here. Again, my mat loves to move. I'm missing yoga surfaces, yoga studio surfaces, but in your forward fold here, you can also maybe grab both elbows and rock side to side. Again, letting your neck and your head be nice and heavy here. Close the eyes. And on your next inhale, we'll take a halfway lift, coming to a flat back, and exhale, let your hands go. Inhale, start to flutter the toes, press into the feet, and rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Coming to a wide stance here. So feet are a little bit wider than the hips here. We'll take another centering that's really nice for just letting all that stress go, right? So coming to a wide-legged Tadasana-like pose here. We'll bring the hands out in front, palms facing forward. Roll the shoulders back and down. Maybe have a soft gaze or close the eyes here. And then on your inhale, we're going to lift up halfway. Palms can turn to face down here. Holding that inhale. Inhale all the way up, come up overhead, palms together. And then on your exhale, let it all go out the mouth. Right? Letting it all go. May seem a little silly. You can always laugh at me or continue to just tap into the body, getting out of your mind. We'll inhale, let the palms come forward. Halfway up, holding that inhale. Inhale all the way up towards the sky. And exhale, let it all go. We'll do that one more time. Take an inhale halfway up. Inhale, feel the ribs and chest fully expand to your very tippy top of your inhale. Exhale, let it all drop. Now from here, just start to rock from side to side. Again, not taking yourself too seriously. Tapping into, out of the mind and into the body here. Maybe a little tap on your body from side to side. Getting out of your heads, into your hearts. Good. Coming back to center. Give yourself a little smile, and then we'll meet at the front of our mats. So I'm going to be facing this way, but coming to your front of your mat. Take a nice big inhale, reach halfway up, just as we did. Inhale a little bit more. This time exhale, bend at the knees, fall forward for a forward fold. Beautiful. Inhale, halfway lift, roll the shoulders down and back. And as you exhale, let the torso roll over the thighs. Place your right hand underneath the face and lift up through the left. Nice big bend in your right leg, straightening the left as much as you can. Also an option to come up onto blocks here. Beautiful. Exhale, come back down to center, switch sides. I like to call this a hammy stretch. It gives me a little giggle, and also it's one of my favorites. Reaching through the right fingertips. Exhale, back down to center. Good. Nice big bend in the knees. Press into the hands. Step the feet back to downward facing dog. Pressing up and out of the shoulders. Sinking the heels down towards the ground. Doesn't matter if they touch or not. Maybe a bend in the knees. We're going to inhale, right foot lifts up. Keep the hips nice and square. Exhale, shift forward, right knee to right elbow, high plank. Good. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, other elbow, twist it over. Good. Inhale. One more time. Exhale, right knee to right elbow, shift over the wrists. Last one. Inhale. And exhale, bring your knee towards the nose, step it in between the hands, and let your back leg drop down. Lifting up, raise the toes to a low lunge. Hands can come up overhead. And then I invite you to bring them down towards the hips and just tune in with your low lunge here, pressing in the back of the back shin, the back foot. Maybe sink in a little bit lower. Good. When you feel complete, bring your hands up and overhead, and then I invite you to grab both elbows here, feeling a nice shoulder opening. Take an inhale and exhale, let your elbows peel over towards the right. Inhaling to center, and exhale over to the other side. Good. Move with your breath, using your breath here to move from the right to the left. Good. Inhale back to center. Exhale, let those hands come up towards the sky. Maybe the gaze looks up. And then exhale, sweep them down towards that bent knee. And then make a fist behind you. So behind the low back, press your palms together. Drawing your fist down, lifting the heart up. Maybe even lift the gaze. If it feels nourishing to your practice to do so, if it feels okay on the neck. Equal inhales and exhales. Slowly start to come back up. Good. Place the hands in to frame the front foot, and then start to press those hips back for a runner's stretch. And we're going to move here to begin just with your own breath. So moving forward to low lunge, and exhale. Straightening out that leg, keeping your hips nice and even here. Moving at your own pace. Maybe pausing in any juicy spots in the body. Rocking the hips side to side feels nice sometimes. Building and moving around some energy and heat in the body. Yeah, the next time that you rock forward into your low lunge at the front of your mat, you're going to tuck the back toes, lifting up that back knee, and start to rock forward and back. We're going to prepare to come up into a standing split or standing L. So it doesn't matter or have to be an Olympic style standing split to start. Nice bend into that right knee. Really protects the hamstring here. Check in with your hips. Can you even or square them out a little bit more? Let your head be heavy. Good, and then we're going to pulse here. So inhale and exhale to kind of lift and lower, just a slight movement of that back leg up and down. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, you got this, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. This time start to rock into the grounded right foot to come up. Maybe a little wiggles. This left leg comes up towards the chest for Ekapada Tadasana. Good. Meeting there, hands can come to your heart space. Breathe through your right foot all the way to the crown of your head. Bring that knee nice and forward. And then slowly we're going to lower that knee down and we're going to sit down into a chair pose. Good. You can bring the hands, keep them here or bring them out overhead for a little bit more. Good, we're gonna start our eagle poses here. So in our chair pose, sitting those hips nice down and back, we're gonna lift that left leg up and over. And maybe you're right here, or you want to wrap that leg almost like it's a snake all the way around the grounded right leg. And keep your hands here, or maybe find some self-expression, right? So that can always be really fun. Find your way of feeling like a badass in a way, just moving back and forth. Good. Feeling some heat in that leg. We'll inhale, start to come up. And exhale, nice forward fold. Hinge at the hips, let the heart space melt down towards the thighs. Good. Inhale to your halfway lift, hands meet shins. Exhale, let the hands plant into the mat. Good. Step it back to your downward facing dog. Good. Taking a few breaths there in your downward facing dog. Breathing in and out of the mouth, the nose, and then the mouth. Good. Slowly start to roll forward onto your tippy toes, coming all the way into your plank position. Good. Nice neutral spine here, hugging that navel in, pressing through the palms. And then start to maybe drop the knees for modification or bend into the elbows, come all the way down onto your bellies, untuck the toes. Let your hands come out wide. We'll take rolling cobras. Inhale to lift the heart, the shoulders, and the gaze, pressing to the tops of the feet. Exhale, let the right cheek down meets the mat. Inhale, roll it back back up, rolling Cobras, coming up onto the fingertips. Exhale, opposite cheek. Beautiful. One last time. Inhaling, come on up. And exhale, forehead meets the mat. Hands come under the shoulders, tuck the toes, press up into table or to plank pose. And send those hips back and up. Nice. Really exaggerating those heels down towards the floor. Again, doesn't matter if they touch, but just reach them down towards the floor. Maybe a slight bend in the knees. We'll inhale, reach that left leg back and up, squaring the hips. Exhale, left knee towards left elbow, hug it in. Good, inhale. Exhale, twist it over, opposite elbow. Inhale. Exhale, one more time, left to left elbow. Inhale. Exhale, hug that knee in close towards the nose. Step it through between the hands, drop that back knee, untuck those toes, and go ahead and come on up into your low lunge. Again, drop the hands and check in with the hips here. Maybe it's different on this side. Maybe sinking into your low lunge a little bit more. Beautiful. When you're ready, we'll reach those hands up and overhead, grabbing both elbows here and just resting them behind the base of your skull. Take an inhale to grow tall. Exhale, reach it over towards the left. And inhale to center. Moving here just as we did on the other side with your own breath. Inhaling and exhaling, finding some stability and some balance here. Good, coming back to center. On the inhale, we'll meet there. Extend the arms up and overhead. Maybe the gaze follows. Thumbs pressing back and down. And then send those arms in front and then meeting in the back. Clasping your hands, pressing the palms together. And again, peeling the hands and knuckles back and down. Heart space shines forward. If you'd like to lift the chin and the gaze, option to do so, or maybe roll the chin if you think feels really nice down towards the chest, over to one shoulder and the other. Beautiful. Coming back to center, releasing those hands. Hands come up and overhead. And then as you exhale, we'll straighten out that front leg. Reach for your toes, sit the hips back. And then moving again, just as we did on the other side, bending into that knee, stretching out the psoas. And then pressing your hips back for runners and low lunge. Beautiful. Maybe close the eyes here, and again, really tap into any spots in the body that may feel nice to pause in. Or continue to move with your breath. Pointing the toes towards the face. We'll meet in that bent knee, low lunge. Tuck the back toes, lift that knee, flutter the front toes. And then rocking forward and back here. Preparing to launch forward into your half splits or standing L. So when you're ready, come on up, lift that back right leg, flex the foot and square your hips. Or if you're in standing splits, let that happen for you. Again, blocks or books here are always really nice. So finding whatever you need. Feeling a little fire build, sweating out any of the stress that may have come up. We'll begin to pulse that back leg. So inhale and exhale to lift slightly up and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Slowly bring that right leg down towards the floor. Ground down through the left to lift up. Bringing that right knee in towards the chest, hands come to heart space. Close the eyes here to play with balance. Tune in to what's happening in the body. Good. From your Ekapada Tadasana, we'll let that leg slowly come down and then bending into both knees. Maybe both legs are together, slightly separate. Sink back into your chair. Keep your hands here or let them reach up and overhead. Good. Moving on the other side, eagle pose with the legs, letting that right leg come over and wrap around the left, coming into your expression. A lot of options here. Again, I love to give options because all of our bodies are so different. Finding your eagle chair pose, maybe letting those hands give yourself a little self-expression here. Close the eyes for a little bit more. Good. Stay in stillness. On your next inhale through the nose, exhale, sit a little bit lower. Beautiful. Come on up, bring that knee up towards the chest. And exhale, let the body come all the way down, front body, forward fold. Beautiful. From here, we'll plant into the hands and either step or hop back into your plank pose. Flow through your vinyasa here, or take some rest in child's pose or down dog. Good. From your downward facing dog, we'll begin to walk the hands back towards the feet. A little forward fold in the back of your mat. And then let the feet come as wide as your mat. So widening your stance here. And then start to sit the hips down towards the ground for a Yogi Squat or Navasana. And then, not here for too long, we'll let the hands come in the back of you, sit down onto your seat, maybe readjust, coming to slightly the middle of your mat. Feet out in front of you, sitting down into your sit bones, and then start to lean back until you feel your core engage here. Maybe hands underneath the thighs. Roll the heart space forward, out, shoulders back. Good. Option to stay here or lift both legs for Navasana, bringing the hands to the heart space. Work here, or again, take it up by moving the hands to the left, the right. Feeling some fire build, sitting tall with your spine. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome work, guys. Let those feet come down. Hug in towards your knees. And then cross your feet, rolling onto your hands and knees. Tuck the toes and lift the hips back and up, walking into your downward facing dog. We'll inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Inhale. Exhale, cross it over. Good. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Right to right elbow. Inhale. Exhale. Knee towards nose. Step the right foot all the way up. Spin the back heel down for warrior one. We'll press into the feet equally to rise all the way up. Now I like to kind of walk my stance a little wider here, so your hips should be square. So finding that stance for you. Maybe bringing those hands to the hips as we did in the lunge. Bringing the hands up when you're ready, thumbs pointing back and down. Good. On an inhale, straighten out through that front leg. And start to wrap the left arm under the right. Coming into eagle arms, pressing the palms together here. And coming into your variation, maybe it's the back of your hands or palm to palm. Lift the shoulder, lift the elbows up towards the shoulders. Take a nice big inhale. And as you exhale, bend into that front knee and fold forward. Humble warrior with eagle arms. Inhale, rise up. Straightening up through the front leg, raise the elbows up. And exhale, fold forward. Beautiful. Inhale, straighten. Rising up. Exhale. Good. Last time, inhale, come on up. And exhale. Slowly let those arms unwind. Give yourself a little shake. When you're ready, bring them up and overhead. Bend into that front knee. Good, and then we'll open up into a warrior two. So setting up, as you see I'm doing, readjusting the front heel in line with maybe the middle of the back foot. Hands out to T. Give yourself a smile. Wipe away some sweat. Good. On an inhale, we're going to start to float those right fingertips down towards the ground, left up. So tick-tocking those hands down. Exhale, come up. Inhale. And exhale. You can just hover those fingertips as we reach down. Beautiful. Inhale, come on up. Exhale. Good. Last one. Inhale. And this time, exhale. Cartwheel the hands. Frame the front foot. Bring the front foot back. Take a flow here from your plank pose. Or take some rest. Good. Meeting in a downward facing dog here. Pressing firmly into the fingertips. Fingertips of the pointer finger and the thumb. Take a nice big inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Sigh it all out, all that stress away. And as you inhale, lifting up through the left. Exhale, left knee towards left elbow. Inhale. Exhale, twist it over. Awesome work, yogis. Inhale. One more. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Inhale. As you exhale, bring that knee towards the nose. Step it through all the way to the top of the mat. And then setting up for your warrior one. So maybe you want to inch that foot over towards the side. I go almost all the way to the side of the mat. And then bring my back heel down. Engaging the both legs. Bending into that front knee to rise up. Hands can come right up and overhead if you're ready for it. Or maybe check in with the hips. See if you can square them towards the front. Pressing into the back pinky edge of that toe. Raise the front toes. When you're ready, bring those hands up and overhead. Good. Feeling the breath in the body, witnessing any sensation that's going on. Good. As you inhale, start to straighten through that front leg. Reach the right hand opposite under the left. Good. Eagle arms. Peel those elbows up towards the shoulder length. Take a nice big inhale. And as you exhale, bend into that knee, rolling forward, maybe over the front thigh, or you dip lower. Humble warrior with eagle arms. Come on up, straighten that leg. Beautiful. Exhale. Inhale, engaging both legs to come up, straightening. And exhale, lowering down. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. As you inhale, come on up. And this time, exhale, let the hands come out. Bending into that front knee, warrior one. Letting the hands hands come up and overhead. Again, pressing those thumbs down and back as your shoulders rotate down the back. On your next breath, come into your warrior two, maybe readjusting your stance. A nice bend in that front leg. Maybe coming to your warrior two, we'll take an inhale and reach the left fingertips down towards the floor, reaching through the right. Exhale, come on up, keeping a bend into that knee. Inhale, tap it down. Exhale, come on up. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more times, kissing those left fingers down to the ground. And exhale up. One last one. As you exhale, warrior two. Cartwheel the hands this time. Frame that front foot. Tuck the back toes into plank position. And flow here through your vinyasa. Or pick some rest. Good. Downward facing dog. Let the head be nice and heavy here. Shake it out, yes or no. Good. As you inhale, look forward towards your fingertips. Exhale, bend into the knees, and option to step or hop to the front of your mat. Nice forward fold with bent knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Shoulder blades roll down and back. Gaze is at the mat. Exhale, forward fold. As you inhale, chair pose, reach the hands in the back of you, sweep them down towards the floor, and then out in front, sitting those hips down and back. Again, maybe legs and toes are touching or a little separate at hip distance. Beautiful. Bring the hands to the heart space. On your next inhale, straighten it up, reach up towards the sky. Give yourself a nice smile. Maybe separate the legs for a nice 5-pointed star. As you exhale, bring those hands back and down. So we'll move into a full eagle pose here. So we did some with the legs and we'll work the arms into it as well. From here, we'll lift I'll mirror you, so left leg up towards the chest. Bring the hands to center for stability or the hips. And then take that wrap, sinking your hips down into your chair eagle legs. Finding your focus here, maybe a adjusting point that's not moving. Good, and then reach the hands out in front, palms facing towards each other, and wrap that right or left hand underneath the left, coming into your version of eagle pose here. As you inhale, maybe lengthen, and exhale, sit a little bit lower. If you can find a little pulse here for a little bit more work and sweat, if you still have some stress, we all do. Inhale, and exhale, sit a little bit lower. Inhale, exhale, almost like you're a slinky, right? Inhale, that's what it reminds me of. And exhale, last one, sit a little bit lower, flutter your grounded toes. Good, let the hands unwrap, toes and legs unwrap, take a forward fold. From here, walk your feet out wide, toes pointing in, heels out, and take a nice forward fold here. Maybe walking the hands to the right foot, that feels really nice today, or even opening up as you do that. Maybe staying stagnant. Kind of a free choice for you yogis here to take what you need in between sides. Coming back to center as you feel complete. We'll meet there. And then walking the heel-toeing the feet in towards center. Inhale to your halfway lift. Hands can come to the shins of the thighs. Gaze stays at the mat. Exhale, let the low back go. Find some soothing sensation there. Inhale, press into the feet to rise all the way up. Hands come up and overhead. Pausing at the top of your inhale. Inhale a little bit more, just like we did in the beginning. And as you exhale, let it all go. Rolling the neck out. Take some empty coat sleeves from side to side here. Good. I don't know about you, but I'm definitely sweaty here. We'll take eagle pose on the other side. So bringing your left foot grounded onto the mat right under the hip. Start to inhale that left leg up for Ekapada. Hands can be on the hips or maybe heart space. And then start to wrap that leg around the other, coming into eagle pose. And maybe you're right here, or a full bind. Maybe you're working for that. Wherever that is okay and perfect for you. Sit low into those hips. Reach the hands out in front. Feel a little fire, maybe a difference on this side. And then take that left or right hand under, opposite way you did the last time, pressing into the palms or backs of the hands for eagle pose. And that slinky-like motion. Inhale to lengthen slightly. And exhale, sit low. So this doesn't have to be a big movement. It can be really small, almost like a pulsing that we were doing in our standing L's. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Inhale. Exhale, sit a little lower. Inhale. And exhale, sit into your fullest expression. Not to prove anything, but just to really feel that engage. Good. Start to let those hands unwind. Feet come down. Heart space comes over, hinging at the hips for a nice forward fold. Good. To let that go, that side go. Start to heel toe the toes and heels out towards the wide edge of your mat. Or maybe you're off the mat. Let the head be nice and heavy, shining the crown of the head down towards the ground. Take a nice big inhale through the nose. And exhale out the mouth. Beautiful. Maybe begin to walk the hands forward for a nice wide-legged forward fold. Or wide-legged downward facing dog, sorry. Reaching those hips back. Chest towards the thighs, getting into our neck, release of the upper back, the hamstrings. The option, if it's in your practice, to maybe take a forearm inversion here. You can play with that. Or maybe walk the hands back in and walk them over towards, again, the right and the left. Good. As you feel complete and ready to move on, we'll walk those hands towards the front of our mat. So whatever that means to you, framing the right foot, and then planting into the hands to step that foot back. We'll flow through a vinyasa here, lowering all the way down onto the bellies, taking our cobra, up dog, whatever comes to you, and meeting in your downward facing dog. Good. Again, on your next breath, start to walk those hands back towards your feet. A nice forward fold at the back of your mat. And then start to let your feet come as wide as your mat, so your bottom down towards the ground, pausing in a Navasana or Yogi Squat here. Elbows pressing into the knees, maybe a rock side to side. Good, and then slowly let the hands come behind you, sit down into your seat, and again, readjust to the middle of your mat. And don't get too excited. We have one more ab exercise here to really sweat that last bit of stress out before winding down. So again, coming into your Navasana or boat pose position, I like to call these, someone called them in and outs one time, and I really liked that, stuck with me. So that's what I've taken. Your Navasana pose, hands can be placed underneath the knees. Another option is to place them alongside the hips or even outward on the mat. But we'll begin again to lift those legs up towards the ceiling, picking an arm variation for you. Also an option, a little bit more work, is keeping them at heart space. So picking whatever arm variation, we'll begin to move into in and outs here. Feeling the core engage, again rolling back just so you can feel kind of where you're at with that core activation. We'll inhale to straighten out the body, maybe let the hands come out. Exhale, shoot it back up. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Moving here for 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, keeping that core engaged, straight spine. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, almost there, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome work. Let those feet come down towards the mat. Hug in your legs. Let your head be nice and heavy here. Maybe rock side to side. And really sweating out anything that doesn't serve you here. You can slowly, when you're ready, press your hands alongside the body and start to scoot back, coming on to your forearms and then all the way down. Onto your backs here. Bring the knees into the chest. You rock side to side. After that Navasana or boat work, this might feel really nice, soothing, self-massage in the low back. Good, and then our last eagle variation is more of a restorative pose, and we'll take that in a twist here. So reaching the legs up towards the sky, you can always grab behind the knees or the thighs here. Reach the toes towards the face. Good, and then start to wrap the right leg, coming into your eagle legs, over the left. Hands can come out to goalpost arms, cactus, or T. And then mindfully letting that right leg dip over towards the left. Really nice juicy stretch here. To modify, you can unwrap the legs and just let them stack on top of each other. Option to look over the right shoulder. Tapping into your breath here in this nice twist. Closing the eyes. And your next breath might be using the hands to support the legs. We'll come up back to center. Unwrap the legs, let the feet meet the mat. We'll just take a bridge pose here in between sides. Feet come down onto your mat. Fingers maybe reaching for your heels and then walking them a little bit forward if you have longer legs. As you inhale, tuck the back, the low back, the tailbone, lifting up the hips, like tucking the chin. And as you exhale, won't be here for too long, just let that low back slowly, like a string of pearls, come all the way down to the ground. One more time, inhale. Pressing into the heels. Exhale. Good. Setting up on the other side. So reaching the feet up towards the sky, heels pressing up, toes pressing towards the face. Maybe a slight bend in the knees. And then lifting that left leg to wrap around the right, eagle pose for legs. Arms come out to T or cactus, and then let that left leg and right leg peel over towards the right. Gaze can look over to the left. So again, remembering not to take yourself too seriously. As we do that, we can release and deepen a little bit more into really what's right for our bodies while we are guided through these yoga sessions. Maybe a feeling of lightness comes from these eagle poses, those chair poses. After we sweat out a little stress and things that don't serve us, and feeling a little bit lighter in the mind and the body. Go ahead and bring the head back to center. Maybe help the legs with the hands or come on up. Bring the knees in towards the chest. On your inhale, reach the forehead towards the knees. Hug everything in, tensing up every muscle in the body that you can think of. And exhale, release. Good. One more time. Inhale. The smallest little yogi ball that you can think of. Hold in that inhale, tensing. And as you exhale, let everything release. Coming into your Shavasana, or taking any other poses that are in your practice before so. You can let the legs grow out long in front of you, toes pointing out, heels pointing in. And if you liked how we began practice with the reclined fish, you can also bring that option into the closing of your practice by bringing that blanket or pillow underneath the spine here. Otherwise, just let your extremities grow long. Palms facing up is a sign of surrender, or facing down is a sign of grounding. Let the eyes close if they haven't already. Taking this moment to really marinate in your practice. To send yourself some gratitude for coming to your mat. Noticing any sounds around you in your space. Just gently bringing your awareness back inward. Finding a soothing sensation from just closing the eyes. Feeling the ground beneath you, the earth supporting you. Any stress or tension behind you that is physically maybe rolled off of you in this practice. again, maybe feeling a sense of lightness from that. Ready for your day ahead. But first, just being here, being still and silent, marinating in that sensation. Slowly start to deepen the breath here, elongating the inhales and exhales. Maybe sending some wiggles to the toes or the fingertips to start. And then awakening different parts in the body, maybe the wrists and the ankles. You can bring the knees in towards the chest. Maybe take a good morning stretch with the arms up and overhead, whatever you need here. Option to bring those knees down towards one side, pausing on your side before coming up, or maybe rocking up and down your spine if that suits you better. Whatever that is for you. We'll meet in a seated position, keeping the eyes closed or soft here. Hands can be placed on the thighs, fingers spread nice and wide. As you sit tall through your spine, press down through your sit bones, roll your shoulder blades down and back. Reach through the top, the very crown of your head. Sensing that feeling of lightness, start to bring the hands in towards center, palms facing towards each other, thumbs in towards the sternum. We'll take a nice big inhale through the nose to end our practice together here, holding at the top of that inhale. Inhale just a little bit more, and exhale out the mouth. Letting any stress roll off the shoulders, the body. The light and love within me shines to meet the same light and love within each and every one of you. Namaste. Again, I hope you enjoyed practice. I had a lot of fun connecting here every week with all of you. Until next Thursday, I hope to hear from you. Feel free to leave comments or feedback. Again, anything that you may want to work on next week. We always love to hear from you and have that connection. So until then, I hope you have a great day ahead, or week ahead. And if you'd like to tune into Josie's class, she'll be doing her restorative tonight, so it's a great way to kind of relax if you took this class, sweat out your stress, and then take a restorative to really sink in and let go. So until next time, bye everyone.